Hey everyone. Hey, I'm starting a new playlist on my channel regarding Bitcoin, NFTs, and potentially some other crypto assets that I might expand into. Back in 2020, um, I became pretty interested uh, in Bitcoin specifically, and kind of went down a rabbit hole for the last almost 2 years now, understanding it, understanding the underlying technology, and with my technology background, it just kind of it fascinated me. And the more I learned about monetary policy and kind of where the world is going and macroeconomic cycles and things like that, I just my conviction around Bitcoin has gotten stronger. And friends and family kind of have asked me. I don't really talk too much about it, although here I am recording this video. But friends and family that I know that I'm interested have started to ask me questions around, hey, I hear it in the news. I see the price swinging up and down. How do I learn a little bit about it? And so I wanted to start this channel with just some short videos with, you know, book recommendations, tips, the way that I think about it, and hopefully people find value in it. I think it potentially could uh, will continue to change the world. It's only 12 years old, but I think it's still very early. A lot of people think they're late. I thought I was late in 2020, and the more I've gotten involved in the space, I realize just we are just so early in what Bitcoin specifically has the potential to do for the world, becoming the first digitally native asset, um, that isn't tied to a fiat currency or some sovereign nation, and is truly decentralized. So it's a fascinating technology. So anyway, I'm going to keep this video short. This first one, I'm gonna drop three books that I found helpful when I got started, and hopefully you will as well. And then what I'll do is I'll just record some quick videos over the next several weeks, talking a little bit about, again, how I think about the space. So the three books today are The Blockchain Revolution by Don and Alex Tapscott. This book talks a little bit about really about blockchain and the underlying technology that Bitcoins and other cryptocurrencies sit on top of, and why the decentralized nature of it makes sense and is secure, and the sovereign nature of it, not being tied to a specific government or fiat currency, as well as they talk a little bit about the growth potential of this emerging technology. So anyway, fascinating book, and kind of a foundational book in my opinion. Crypto Assets by Chris Berniski and Jack Tater. Again, a good foundational book that I read early in my journey, just to talk a little bit about, like, what the heck are crypto assets, what is cryptography, how does it work, and why it's fundamentally sound, and become such a big part of kind of this financial revolution that we're experiencing. And then The Bitcoin Standard by Safety Moose. So this is a good segue, in my opinion, between Bitcoin, crypto assets, and tying it to monetary policy. Because without understanding monetary policy and how fiat currencies like the US dollar rise and fall, you may not understand or be able to build the case for Bitcoin. And so, this is a good primer book about understanding why Bitcoin, with a finite supply, um, increasing demand for the asset over time, creates a really strong use case for this asset, versus fiat currencies that the supply is basically unrestrained. They can there's more and more supply, and you've seen cases even recently, Argentina, Brazil, Nicaragua, et cetera, where fiat currencies essentially collapse, and the purchasing power of the people, and their currency essentially goes to zero. And so his book, The Bitcoin Standard, talks a little bit about monetary policy, which I think is a nice. It's not a difficult read. It ties Bitcoin and monetary policy together, and then if you think you enjoy that, then you can kind of go a little bit deeper, and I'll have some additional recommendations more specifically on just monetary policy and macroeconomics. But those three I would start with. I'll put them in the description below too, so you have kind of the titles and authors and links to the Amazon store or something, just so you have them. But again, new playlist. I'll drop these videos once or twice a week. Try to keep them short and enjoy your Bitcoin journey. It's fun. So have a nice day.